What is up, 1320 fans? Welcome back to Alaska, and welcome back to one of the most beautiful views in drag racing, period. We are again at Alaska Raceway Park in Palmer, Alaska, about 45 minutes northeast of Anchorage, and this is the only quarter-mile drag strip in the entire state of Alaska. They like to say it's a view with a drag strip, and you can see why. Their top eliminator points event today, and Whitty and I are back up here in Alaska to check out more of the streetcars that we didn't get to see last time. And there's some awesome ones here. Also, side note, since this is the only drag strip in all of Alaska, this is the only place for Alaskans to go. So there'll be people that drive 6, 7, 8 hours just to come here to race at this drag strip because it's their only option. Also, something I noticed walking around is if you have a car that's any kind of fast and it's got a vanity plate, it's probably here. We're seeing some pretty good ones. I saw 1320 on a plate. Godzilla, 1320. Now this is a 1320 edition Challenger. I like the plate. Of course, we've got our blind buddy Sheldon over here. 2020 Dodge Challenger. And he's got Hemi on the plate. So a little backstory history on the track. The track was built in 1964. It's gone through 3, 4, 5 different names since then, but is currently Alaska Raceway Park. Like I said, it's the only quarter-mile drag strip in the entire state of Alaska. They also have a 1/3 mile asphalt oval track right over there. We've got Pioneer Peak right there, and the drag strip basically looks like it goes right to the base of it. Just gorgeous views. All right, we got the drag strip and Pioneer Peak behind me, and then over here is their 1/3 mile asphalt track. But they do like the regular circle track stuff here pretty much all season. And speaking of their season, it's like 3 to 4 months long. That's really all they get up here. And about the hottest it gets is maybe 80. When we were here last year, I remember it being 81 degrees when we were here for the race day, and so many people were apologizing, saying, we're sorry you came out when the weather was so bad. 81 degrees is perfect for basically everybody else, but here in Alaska, that's hot. And I want to highlight a car that's here that happens to be the fastest door car in all of Alaska. It's a Blue Mustang over here. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. Driver of the car right here, is that correct?
That's correct, yes sir.
And this is the fastest door car at this track ever. Is that right?
I believe so. Right now we've got the Pro Mod track record, yes.
Gotcha. And it's what is the record currently?
6:45, 2:15.
Gotcha. Tell me about the car. What are we looking at here?
We run a little bit of a combination. We Walt Alston Ford heads, Carroll Carter Ford short block. We want a quick drive with the Lenco and a torque converter. Let her rip on this slick track up here.
How long has it been built?
We built this up here in Alaska at J. Charles Race Car Shop in 2015.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the best ET it's ever done, period? Not in Alaska.
618 at 226.
Where was that at?
Las Vegas.
Okay. So this car, how long's that drive? Jesus.
It's a 5-day drive usually.
Jesus.
That's if you don't hit bad weather.
You guys are dedicated.
But it's worth it.
Is this where is this track where you primarily do all most of your driving, or do you travel quite a bit with the car?
No, we try to race the whole season up here. This is where we're born and raised on this slick racetrack, so this is all we know. So
Gotcha.
Going outside is just a bonus whenever we get the chance to.
Gotcha. What's the goal today?
With the converted changes, we're hoping to break the track record today. Even in this cold weather.
Okay. All right, it's 2 o'clock and we have I'm not sure exactly what class it is, but these are Pro Mods. These are chassis cars. These are 6-second cars right here. Let's see what they can do. on. It got close to the wall. Whitty was down there too. He might have got a good shot of that. Woo! They put up some good numbers.
Wow, that's his best 60 foot, 986. I knew it was on a roll. It was on a roll.
That's a good place to start.
Oh!
That's a 0.986 60 foot. That's moving. This season last night. They made a bunch of upgrades. We're gonna go check it out. So what upgrades were done to the chassis since we last saw it?
Last time you saw it, I cut all the back cap off.
Okay.
So we put a new rear end in it, and this whole part is all new. All this configuration is new. The steering was lifted up. The steering is all new.
What are you guys hoping to do with it today? Just get some data, or actually make passes?
I'm gonna try to make it pass.
Okay. Okay. What's the quickest the cars ran ever?
I'm gonna have to ask Jimmy. Hey Jimmy, what's the fastest pass this car ever ran?
Quickest we've run is 618 at 237.
618, 237. Yeah. What are you hoping to do with the, maybe not today, but potentially with the new upgrades?
590 at 240 is the target.
Touch the fives? That would be awesome.
Definitely fives, man.
Awesome. Just trying to do some data passes today.
Yeah, we just did a whole bunch of new construction. Sweet put rear end and a bunch of tubing in the car. Just kind of getting things dialed in. We'll make it hit here in a little bit and
awesome.
See how she does.
Can you show me how this works?
I don't know if you can call it building, but yeah, I mean, this is all custom engineered.
What?
It's a great one-man operation. You know, anything else you load a bike onto, you're going to risk high centering it. You're going to risk being 3 feet in the air trying to get it into a pickup truck or something. So with this system, the ramp is just a steady incline, and then this part just pops off. And I store it on that stud there alongside, zip tied here. It's all nice and tidy. Been hauling for about 15 years.
Wait, what? You've been doing this with this car for 15 years?
Yep. I had an 03 Honda 919 that I engineered a wet nitrous system for it. The Tin Man. Used to haul the Tin Man on this for 6 or 7 years. Took state championship back in 07 with it. And I've been hauling Saki Bomb with it for about 8 or 9 years now. 99 Honda Civic. I'm the original owner. Got 223,000 miles on the original clutch, original rear brakes.
Was this out of necessity, or is this just a random idea you got, or
Well-
what is the situation with this?
Yeah, it begs the question, right?
Right.
So when I decided I'd be chasing points and trying to actually go for the championship, I knew I had to be out here every single weekend, and I couldn't ride in from Anchorage in the rain in my leathers and, you know, find out if the track's open or not. So I decided just to throw it together. It was sitting in my driveway at the time. I was going to make a trailer out of it. I decided just to cut it up. It's a El Camino style, so I call it El Civico. It gets a lot of attention. Cops don't seem to mind. The only interaction I've had with the police is them slowing down to take pictures on the highway. It's been a great machine for me, and it's what allows me to get out here and do my thing. Easy as that.
That's really?
Strap it down.
Do you have any helper springs in the suspension in the back? Or
No, because I probably took 300-400 pounds out of it. Rear seat, back glass, sheet metal trunk lid. Most of the weight is kind of central. I mean, she sags a little bit, but works. On Fairbanks runs, I used to get 50 miles per gallon out of it.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you for showing us. What was your name, by the way?
Bucky Warrenda.
Good to meet you, Bucky.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Dang, that is neat. I like that a lot. And it matches the car.
Yeah. He's the original. He's the original owner of the Civic.
I hear he'd been doing this for 15 years.
That's what he said. This has been his rig for 15 years.
That is neat. I like it.
event at the half mile called the Super Roll. It was basically a roll racing cash days kind of thing. And funny story, the bike that was in it and won the whole thing was the rider's gear. So why are you in Alaska right now?
I put a max ECU on a turbo bike. We're getting it lined out.
Last time we saw you, was it Kansas? Was that the half mile?
Yeah.
Are you just working on bikes or tuning bikes up here now?
Yeah, one of my customers, he didn't really do grudge racing up here, so he didn't really have anybody to tune these bikes. He wanted a max ECU on a turbo bike, so he called me. So here I am. We've been here all week putting this bike together.
Was it a Turbo ZX14?
Yeah.
What kind of power is that making?
I got them on low boost right now, so it's like 260 horsepower, but...
That's low boost?
Yeah, we made just over 400 on the dyno the other day.
Dear Lord.
But we can't, this track won't hold 400 with no prep. Super cool track, just not gonna hold the power.
Gotcha. Well, it's cool to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Small world. You came up, you're like, I'm the bike from Super Roll. No fucking way.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I saw you guys were gonna be here, and I was like, oh, sweet.
Well, good seeing you, man.
Yeah, you too, dude.
Oh, yeah. The racing community is such a small world. I can't believe it's the same guy from the Super Roll like 3 years ago. Let's go check out some of these streetcar looking cars that are up here for testing soon. I'm sure some of these we're going to see tomorrow at our cash days on top of the track. LS Turbo Cadillac pickup, and it's all-wheel drive. I like it. We're going to Mr. Pork Chop over here. Alaska thing I've seen pull up to the line. That is wild. It's a snowmobile. It's got like rollerblades on the front. I have never seen this before. I've seen snowmobiles drag race on snow, but I've not seen this. .11.4 at 107. That was wild. That was so wild. There in the past, but Chris got out just fine. The driver's door got stuck, so that's why he didn't pop out right away, but they got him out. He seems to be fine. Safety equipment did its job. It didn't look like he hit the wall that hard. It went sideways pretty good until he hit the wall, so hopefully the damage to the car is minor and they can get it fixed and back out here this season. The souvenir. Well, do you know what happened?
Burned up number 8 and it shot oil all over the rear tires.
Well, I figured it blew up, and once you get fluid on the track, there's nothing you can do or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Is it just cosmetic, you think?
Yeah. I've got a spare bullet, and well,
you're prepared for this kind of a situation.
You know, on a day's work. No, hell, these guys that hang out with us, that I get to hang out with, oh shit. When we go to Las Vegas, they buy their own way just so they can go help run this Ford motor, man. This is unbelievable.
I'm glad you're all right, and nothing. It's just cosmetic. It can be fixed and everything.
Yeah, we'll get control over.
Awesome.
No doubt in my mind.
Good to meet you, Chris.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, we just talked to Michelle. We are leaving for the day, but we'll be back tomorrow for the top end no prep race. It's the first time they've ever done it. They're doing it pretty much just for us. So I think there's like 30 some odd cars in both classes doing it. So we will see you guys there tomorrow.